An accidental discharge by the policeman in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State capital, has killed a nursing mother, Ifeoluwa Adekolu. Information gathered reveals that the incident happened at Okela police station. An eyewitness said the woman was standing across the road opposite the police station when an officer who had come to the station from another division fired his gun to rejoice the news of promotion of one of his colleagues, but a stray bullet hit her. The woman was rushed to the hospital where she was confirmed dead. This is really sad. The State Commissioner of Police, who was recently promoted to an Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG Adewale Adeniran, confirmed the incident, adding that the officer involved had been disarmed and detained by the command. Adeniran said the officer would face interrogations in line with the Nigerian Police Act. Quickly, Barrister Ndamsi, I'm not going to say that this incident happened intentionally. Oftentimes we've talked about police brutality and whatnot, but this was not a case that it was not an intentional act. Actually, it was an accidental act because this woman was across the road whilst this policeman was celebrating, the colleague's promotion. But my question here is, the Nigerian police force, I'm sure they have rules in terms when it comes to firing of arms. They are only necessary when it calls for danger and protection. But in this case, this officer released this bullet in the air because he was trying to celebrate. I didn't know I don't know if I'm trying to get the right word. Are there no repercussions for these actions, to an extent that it has killed a woman in this question? But first off, I want to get your thoughts on this. What do you have to say about the scenario that occurred?
All right, thank you so much. Life is very precious.
Yes.
And nobody can unmake life. When you kill anyone, you can't bring the person back, whether by mistake or intentionally. And the Nigerian police, we know, have rules and regulations, as stipulated under the Nigerian Police Act. And you as a police officer, you are duty-bound under the law to protect lives and property, and not to recklessly snatch life away, okay? In celebrating a colleague's promotion, he would have done that with a bottle of wine rather than, using firearm, because the firearm ordinarily should be used when a criminal intends to use force or get away with a crime. The firearm can be used, but firing the gun unjustly is a reckless act, and I believe that the police disciplinary committee will set out the necessary recommendations, which most times end in prosecution and possibly dismissal from the police force, because it is very, very reckless for a policeman to have discharged the bullet unjustly. It's very reckless, and we should discourage that in our society.
All right. You talked about persecution of this policeman involved. In terms where it concerns the Nigerian police, because we've had issues where oftentimes when the police is involved in a particular situation, like you said, you cannot make or unmake life. When it has been taken, nothing can be done about it. But oftentimes we see situations where these individuals do not get justice because of the a particular pattern that has been set in the police force, in Nigeria. We could see, sometimes we could hear that, he has been discharged of his duties. Everything has been taken away. His license has been taken away from him, and certain times we hear he has been persecuted. But on the other hand, we hear sometimes that this particular policeman can be released we've had cases where they say, oh, he was arrested, he was discharged, but later on he got released, you know, and because it was in this situation that it was an accidental, you know, discharge, not an intentional one, there could be claims to it. But I wanted you to throw more light on that instance about this particular woman getting justice in this instance, in as much as we know that the policeman did not fire directly at her.
Yes, one thing I believe is this. The number of those who are perfidious in Nigeria today can never outnumber those some of us who mean well for the country. Okay? And I believe the perfidious people are not up to 3% of the entire population of this country. We will get it right someday. The solution is just what we are doing here now.
Okay.
Enlightening our people
about it.
Making Nigerians understand their rights under the law. We have had cases like this in the past. A typical example is the case of the late Chima Ekunado, the Koku affair, where, you know, a power-drunk police officer, power-drunk police officers snuff out life out of that young man and also dealt with his colleagues and all that. We knew what happened. Nigerians shouted. Nigerians, Rivers people particularly, you know, the Igbo residents here in Rivers State demonstrated. Other people joined them. Well-meaning citizens joined them, irrespective of tribe. Even I can remember on one of the days of the demonstration, I was driving through Azikiwe. I even saw Aboki men, these wheelbarrow pushers and artisans, okay, joining the demonstration. That is to say, there is a collective call for justice. Okay, so what am I trying to say? Like I reiterated before, nobody has the right to take the life of another. That woman has a family. She comes from a place. People will follow that matter up. And I believe the Nigerian police force too, they are on a mission. They are making an effort to recover their image. So the police force, the police authority wouldn't want anything to dent their image further. In recent times, we have seen situations where they even dismiss them publicly, okay, for Nigerians to see. They remove their cap, their shirts and all that and ask them walk away. Like the last one I saw, they made the man walk away on barefoot, okay, because the boots were also all, you know, properties of the Nigerian police was retrieved from him and he was asked to walk away. I mean, that's a disciplinary concern. And it is encouraging. It is encouraging in the sense that it will deter other reckless police officers who would not want to be disciplined, who would not want to keep to ethical standard, because it's all about ethics. It's all about compliance. If you cannot comply to the rules and regulation of your organization, then it means you are non-compliant. So in this case, that family, I urge them to brief a lawyer, or even if they have the wherewithal, they can even brief a team of lawyers. They can also reach out to human rights organizations to make sure that that matter is followed up to the point of the IG and also the police commission. I'm very certain with the cream of leadership we have today in Nigerian police, I'm certain that the family will get justice.
So you're certain that the family will get justice in
yes,
this instance?
Of course, because I'm very certain that human rights organizations will key into this. And the police is, like I said before, they are on image recovery. So I believe the authority, the leadership of the police force wouldn't want further denting.
Okay.